just looking at this wave state, so favorable for Lived, and Swayth hovering.
Yeah, certainly the worst possible situation now for Claire. The flash cancels the dash, and Claire is in all sorts of problems only to help out. But can Claire survive? Very low on HP, eventually falls. Swayth surviving by the skin of his teeth for an extra moment, but will inevitably fall down. Still overall, Claire just going to try and shove the wave in as quickly as possible so that it's going to bounce back in his direction. But in doing so, he's put himself in all sorts of problems once again. Claire is just getting absolutely minced by Lived. He's got nowhere to go, needs only to come up here and help him out. But Lived is going to cop the TP through from Kisei, and this might end up being, indeed, a 1-on-2. Lived continues the onslaught onto only. Kisei will be the benefactor, and in the end, it is the top lane that is absolute chaos right now, but everything going the way of the Chiefs. Shock. Going to be collapsed upon. Kisei charging straight on through, actually connects onto only. Shock decides he wants to come back into the fight, and now Swayth inside of a rune prison will not be going too far at all. So a nice little response from the Direwolves. Doesn't quite manage to connect the knocker, but does manage to get the chomp, and spits Claire right back out into Swayth. That's going to be the end of Claire once again. What can Shock do? And what can only do as the reinforcements and cavalry arrive up in the top lane. A nice turnaround back on its head, favouring the Direwolves, a 2-for-1. The opportunity to use his own ultimate, keeps himself alive for now, tries to E out, does manage to get out. And in fact, it's actually Kisei that surely goes down here, not just him, Swayth as well. Rotation through from the Direwolves, and a clean house. Look at that. The Chiefs decimated. I need to stretch that lead a little bit as well. Knock up from Lived onto Guncrab, but again, Zilean exists. And so Guncrab is not dead just yet. But one wonders, how long is he going to survive when he stands back up? And the answer is not very. Drag, who ends up blowing up to the Zilean bomb though, so it's a 1-for-1.
How good the Chiefs are at laning. Ooh, teleport.
Chiefs are considering contesting the Rift Herald here. Swayth feels like he's got a catch onto only, forces the ultimate out, and the flash as well. It's going to get Direwolves to safety. Lived arrives. Do they continue the chase? Kisei, Fate Seal will not connect, but he's still over the wall, still able to do damage. Needs to get out of there, and doesn't quite manage to. A lone rogue auto from Guncrab follows him over the wall, and he falls down. The Chiefs are routed, and they're trying to escape. They're waving the white flag. Only has he gone a bit too deep in here, and Boma will pick himself up a kill. Maybe something still here for the Chiefs as they fight back. But the numbers are still too strong for Direwolves. Liv tanking as much as he possibly can, and Boma flashes away from the Moonlight Vigil. But all said and done, he's going to go down, and Liv won't last too much longer here, I'd imagine, although he is a Tarm. So I'm prepared to hold my thought there for a second.
I thought he was duking him, but he got caught. So should just fall here. The Zilean bomb's chasing him down.
I mean, he's doing some pretty good damage on the Guncrab, and Cupcake didn't have the ultimate there, but obviously not enough in the end. It's not the target they want, though. And in fact, Swayth looks like he wants to force the issue once again. Is this going to work out for the Chiefs? Well, one has to say it probably has to. Otherwise, they're in all sorts of problems, and right now it's a 4-on-5. Kisei not a factor in this fight at all, and Liv will not be any longer either. Being pushed out of these fights by sheer poke, really, before the fight even starts. Kisei in trouble against Shock. The flash forward, Liv will save his life, but not for long, because the rest of the collapse is through from the Direwolves, and that might well be the final nail in the coffin for the Chiefs in this game. Direwolves are looking way too strong, and when you have a 6-1-5 Aphelios to your name, a 4-0-9 rise, is there really any other result that could actually eventuate?
Unfortunately for the Chiefs, I think there's nothing more they get to do in this one. It has been a pretty comprehensive victory for the Direwolves overall. They've definitely looked like the better team in this game, Jordan, as there's really no way back in.